Dan Trudeau here. I'm the VP and Executive Recruiter at PRA USA, and today I want to talk to you about how to leave your position, or to be more blunt, how to quit. Now, my partner Jim Peniprin recently created a video about making the decision whether to stay or leave a job, and I definitely suggest that you watch that video before you make a decision. But let's say you have made the decision to leave, so the question now is, what's the proper way to do it? The first thing that you have to keep in mind when you're resigning or leaving a position is that you need to stay positive and professional, even if the experience of working there was terrible. If you don't feel good about the way you were treated, the way they're doing things, even if it's very negative and you have those strong feelings about getting out of there, you've already sent the message you need to send by resigning in the first place. You don't need to go get your pound of flesh. Now, if you feel compelled out of a sense of responsibility or whatever reasons to share some of the reasons you're looking to leave, then do so. But again, don't do it out of a need for revenge or anything. Do it because you're just letting them know. You know, and you can frame it in like, oh, the work environment here, it's really more negative than it needs to be. It was having a bad effect on me. And going in the future, maybe it's something you really need to think about for people coming in the door. See, you're letting them know the negative, but you're being professional and constructive about it. That's fine. But again, you don't owe them that. You're an at-will employer in most cases. You don't owe them anything beyond professional courtesy. Now, what is that professional courtesy? Now, these are the two elements that should be in any resignation letter, any talk that you have with them. And those two elements are you're giving 2 weeks notice and that you're not going to consider a counteroffer. Now, let's start with the 2 weeks notice. That is standard professional courtesy. It's in the American workplace. It's considered standard procedure. So you shouldn't be pushing to make it any less, and you should not let them pressure you to make it any longer. And don't be surprised if they say, well, that's not long enough. I mean, you're going to leave a big hole here, and, you know, how are we going to be able to recover? Well, you tell them that over the next 2 weeks, you're going to do everything you can, and let's create a plan to make this transition as smooth as possible, to leave things as positive as possible. And tell them that that's what you want to focus on. You don't owe them more than the 2 weeks. I mean, unless you've got some sort of agreement with them, but for most people, you don't owe them more than the 2 weeks. Tell them you want to focus on making it a smooth transition. Now, the other part of it, of course, that goes along with this is that you're not going to look at a counteroffer. And I say that because a counteroffer almost never really solves the problem, even if it's money. You know, if it's something off with the work culture, it's not the right job for you, throwing money at you is not going to solve that. But let's say also you were underpaid, and we are going out the door, and they say, well, you know what? We can give you this much to stay. One, you're burning a bridge with whatever thing you've lined up next. And two, are you going to have to resign every time you want to be compensated correctly? You don't have to go through this whole drama. Does it take that much to pull your fair compensation out of them? So, again, the counteroffer long-term is not going to solve the problem for you. And it's worth just cutting it off at the pass and letting them know, I'm not going to talk about counteroffer. Again, let's focus on these 2 weeks and making them count. So remember, you want to be professional and positive. You want to let them know that you're giving them 2 weeks notice, that you're not accepting a counteroffer. And finally, when you're talking about why you're going, remember, you don't have to lay it all out for them. But if you feel like you need to share the reasons, again, be professional and constructive. That's how you can leave even the worst job in the world feeling like a champ. Another thing you can do for your career, like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the PRA USA YouTube channel. We're not motivational speakers. We're not professional trainers. We're 30-plus year veterans of recruiting. We have in-the-trenches knowledge from helping thousands of people manage their careers, and we want to share that with you. In the coming days, weeks, months, we're going to be making videos about career decisions, how to manage a job search, and just overall trends that you need to be paying attention to. Help us use our knowledge to get you the career you deserve.